Hey guys, welcome to Devops School. Today we are going to learn about Splunk. Splunk is a tool which is used for monitoring, searching, analyzing and visualizing the machine generated data in real time. It can monitor and read different type of log files and stores data as events in indexers. This tool allows you to visualize data in various forms of dashboards. In short, we can say Splunk makes machine data accessible, usable and valuable for everyone.
But before that, let me ask you a few things. Are you dreaming of a career with higher pay and more responsibilities? Or are you ready to take your skills to the next level this year? Then start investing in Devops School certification level courses which will help you to emerge skills for a wide range of entry level roles and as well as higher potential future positions. But with thousands of courses online and in classroom worldwide, finding the right one for your career goals can be difficult. You can consider our courses like Agile Developer, Agile QA, DevOps Certified Professionals, Site Reliability Engineering, DevSecOps, and Masters in DevOps Engineering, where you will have access to well-structured, easy-to-follow course content that has been developed and will be delivered by industry professionals. You can join on our training programs globally through online platforms, and if you are looking for classroom workshops, then we have regular sessions available in Bangalore, Hyderabad, Chennai, Delhi NCR, Mumbai, and in Pune. Simply compare our many courses, find the one that suits your style and schedule best, and start today.
Yeah.
Pat, done with the practical?
Yeah, it gave me an error, invalid credentials.
Okay, I'm sharing my screen. Let me take access of your machine. This is your machine, 65.012. Pat?
Yeah, it's
Which one you using?
74.
No. At the top, what is the IP address mentioned here? Tell me the IP address, please.
It's 5266200974.
Pat, what is the Splunk IP address? You seeing my screen?
Oh, it's 650121558.
Okay. Okay. So here you have clicked on LDAP, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Let me go there. I think this is the password that you are typing wrong. The password is test at 990. Please type test at 990.
That's what I put there. Yeah, you see the current error now?
Your screen?
Yes.
No, wait. Can you share your screen? I'm making you the presenter. Please share your screen. Can you share your screen?
Just give me a minute. I have to.
Password is correct. Test at 990 is the password. It's correct.
Yeah.
Doing something wrong.
Okay. I'm using Mac, so it won't allow me. It wants me to restart the
Oh,
system.
Mac is here. Okay,
Yeah.
I understood the issue. Mac, the configuration is. But still, you share your screen, huh? It is a
It
GUI of
won't
Splunk.
allow me.
We share.
It wants me to restart, so I have to log
Okay,
out.
okay, leave it then. Okay, I'm sharing my screen. We are proceeding ahead. The password is test at 990 only, Pat. I did it again. Okay. So what's next? Duo factor authentication pack. So this is not part of syllabus, but I have considered it here. Um, Basically, at a high level, if I want to give you an overview of duo factor authentication, is in organization, when you type your username and password, after that you guys will be receiving an OTP as well. If dual factor is enabled, you will be receiving an OTP as well. Okay, either OTP or a pin message, or it will be asking you to click on that link. So all these are kind of dual factor authentication. So Splunk is also supporting two factor or dual factor authentication. Okay, so here we have two options basically. So if I go back to the Splunk page, here in the settings tab, authentication method, sorry. Here you see multi-factor authentication. We have option of DO security and RSS security. RSS security is not a free version, okay, but DO security is free. You can configure DO if you want. So if your organization is very small, 10 or less people are, for example, 10 users are there or less than 10 users are there, then you can use DO security for free. But in case there are more than 10 users, then DO security will be paid. So, so this is the page of configuration of DO security. Basically, if you have ldap configuration as well as DO security, how this will work is when you put your username and password, at the backend the username and password will go to the ldap server. Okay, once ldap server grant the access, the request will come back to the Splunk server that the credentials are correct. Then at the backend the DOMFA will work. It will go to the DOMFS server in the cloud, and then the DOMFS server will be sending you the OTP. Once you receive the OTP at the login page, you will be putting your credential, username and password, and then you will have also to mention the OTP that you are receiving, and then you can enter it to the Splunk. So yeah. So here is a complete website, https://do.com. So if you want to see it, do.com. Here is the website, guys. So DO security is a complete separate website they have. You can configure it if you want. Okay. Uh, yep. So these settings you can get from the DO server. I don't have a practical for it because it is not a really free version. It is out of syllabus also. But if you want to do it, I have a, I think, document available. If you want to go through it, I think you can do it as well. I have to search for it. MFA. Actually, I have to search for it. If you want, you can configure it you as well. 15 minutes practical for doing the LDAP. We are already done here. Yep. So that's pretty much on this slide. Anything else? Distributed search. Yes, we'll talk about for this later. So not to worry about it. Moving on to the next part. So Mohammed, if you want to leave, you can leave the session. I think yours is over. Uh, it is for the next batch. Okay.
Okay,
So Pat.
Mhm.
Okay, thank you. Okay,
thank
Pat.
you so much.
So
Bye.
moving ahead, it's about the
Channel membership, click onto the join button, select the 3D99 plan, and grow your skills immensely.
okay. Coming to the Splunk and what all things are there, Pat. Um, so there are mainly 4 stages. I already showed this part to you in my first lecture. On my notes here. This one. Sorry, I didn't mention it. I think so. So, Pat, there are mainly, I mentioned it. I think it isn't different. There are mainly there are mainly four stages of data. The event life cycle. There are four event life cycle. Okay, I remember it was there in the first slide. Uh, First slide it was there. This is the stages: searching, indexing, parsing, input. These are the four stages. So we are talking about the life cycle of the event, how it travels from source to destination. What all are the stages? So when the data is at the forwarder, it is called as the input stage. When the data reaches the indexer, it is called as parsing, and also it goes to the indexing then. That is the indexing stage. And when the data is at the searched, it is called as the searching stage. That's how these stages are defined. Okay. Uh, so when the data is at the input stage, we are tagging the data with more information. We'll be giving him host, source type, and index name. This is the most important: host, source type, and index. Parsing. During the parsing stage, data is getting parsed into a standard format. Okay. Then it is stored and then it is searched if you want. So here the key takeaway from this slide is the host information, the source type, and the index. It is getting tagged at the forwarder only. Okay. How an indexer will know that the data will be stored in index called ABC? It will know when the data comes tagged from the forwarder that index is equal to ABC. Okay. That's what is happening here. Main thing here. So these are the stages. Now let's see practically how things happen in the production environment. Before moving on, um, there are mainly two types of forwarder. Till now we understood, okay, there is only one forwarder, that is universal forwarder, but no, there are two types of forwarder: universal forwarder and heavy forwarder. And here it's written lightweight forwarder. It is decommissioned, it is not used now. There is only two: universal forwarder and heavy forwarder. Pat, do you know the difference between universal forwarder and heavy forwarder?
Yes.
Tell me.
Yeah, the universal forwarder just forwards information. The heavy forwarder is also able to press information.
Okay, and what?
You can also it's able to index the data as well.
Right, absolutely right. UF versus HF. The first and most important difference is no GUI is available here. Here you will get a GUI. Clear? Second thing is only forward data. Second thing here is parse. Forward the data, it can forward the data, it can parse the data, and it can index the data if you want. Clear? Third difference here is it's a very lightweight application. It's a complete Splunk, so it's a heavyweight application. Clear?
Yeah.
What I mean by lightweight is if there is a web server running, I can't deploy the HF there. HF is a very complete Splunk instance. I will be deploying a UF there. Clear this part? That's the main difference amongst. Okay. Yep. So these are the different deployment scenario. Universal forwarder here is the input stage, and then there are two instances. One we install UF and one an indexer, and indexer is doing all the things. Then we deployed a heavy forwarder and an indexer. Heavy forwarder is doing the input and parsing, and then sending the parse data to the index. Then three instances are there. You already know this. I already explained you in the first class. Universal forwarder is there, indexer is there, and searcher is there. Now you can deploy this Splunk like this. There will be one universal forwarder. Data is going to the heavy forwarder, which is parsing the data, and then to the indexer, which is indexing and searching data. Here is the one more example. We have universal forwarder, we have heavy forwarder, indexer and searched. Universal forward data is sending data to the parsing to the heavy forwarder, and then heavy forwarder to the indexer and search. Um, uh, so, Pat, if I want to ask you that, is there any production level example you can give to me for the HF? What will it be? It will be an interview question. Just suppose it's an interview question. Interviewer asking you, give me an example of HF where I can deploy HF. And if you are giving me, please support your statement why I'll deploy the HF, not a UF.
If you are setting up a single instance, you might want to use the heavy forwarder.
Instance HF, I'm not sure. I want a data from a particular machine. Why I will deploy a HF, or how I can use a HF? Okay, just tell me simple. Why I will deploy a HF in first place? Why is there a requirement of HF? Simple question. Why HF was created? Why I can do this stuff? What he is doing, the forward step of the universal forwarder. If I have to index or parse data, I can use the indexer. Now, why this HF is coming to the picture? Where I can utilize it? Why it is there? That's the question.
Because you are able to put in, you are able to, instead of installing two separate instances, you install one instance which is able to forward the data and also index the data. So that removes the part of the indexer.
No, wrong answer. Not the right answer. Okay, no issues. So if I want to give you a production level example, how a HF will be utilized or why an HF will be there. Um, Suppose this is my indexer. N number of forwarders are sending data to him. N number of forwarders are sending data. At the forwarder, we have the input stage, but at the indexer, we have parsing plus indexing stage. It is under heavy load now. I did n number of things. I increased the memory storage, whatever in the limited capacity I can do, I did it, but I can't go beyond that. Now still it is under heavy load. Now one of the solution can be I can deploy a HF in between, and I'll tell all the forwarders not to send the data directly to this one. Send the data to him first. Send the data to the intermediate HF where I will be performing the parsing stage. I'll be taking this load from him. Once the data gets parsed, it gets sent to the indexer, and only indexing stage is happening here. I shed some load from the indexer to the HF. This is one of the production level deployment of HF. Clear?
Mm-hmm.
Pat, no. Just tell me, is it clear now how it is
Yeah,
utilized?
that's
Yeah.
simply
Okay.
means yes.
Okay. Okay, great. So that's how you can deploy these stuffs. Now, some of the basic important terms that I want to you to understand whenever you are searching the data. So if you go to your Splunk, where it is? Uh, 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 Whenever you are going to Splunk, when you search the data, actually I have deleted it. Uh, this is equal to tunnel. See this host, source, and source type. It is talking about this value. Host value, when you will be receiving data. For example, there is a forwarder here. This is the forwarder. By default, the host name of the instance where the forwarder is installed, it will capture that value. Clear?
Mm-hmm.
Where whatever the Linux machine or Windows machine, whatever it is, where you have installed the forwarder, by default, automatically it will take the host name of this machine in this value. When you will be receiving the data, when you will be seeing the data on the search head, in the logs, the host value will belong to the host name of that machine. Source, basically from which log file the data is coming. For example, on this where the forwarder is installed, it is reading the data from this particular file, war log. This will be shown in the source when we are searching the data. Clear this part?
Yes.
Source type is the main parser part. This is where the parsing coming into the picture, how the data is getting parsed. It is getting parsed with the help of this parser. We need to have parsers created on the Splunk to parse the data properly. How data is coming into this separate field, it is coming with the help of this parser only. If we don't have any parser, we will not be able to parse the data in here. It will come as blank. Same thing is mentioned in this slide. Okay, source type is the parser. Some people get confused between source type and source. Basically, source is from where the data is coming in, but source type is the parser. Clear?
Yes.
Now let's talk about the parsing pipeline. How the data travels through the parsing pipeline. I think Pat, we can cover it tomorrow. I'm really tired.
Okay.
Yeah. Tomorrow at what time, Pat, we can connect? Can you tell me the timing so that I'm prepared? Hello,
Okay.
Pat.
You haven't shared the notes, the
I've
slides.
shared everything. It is there already in the G drive. Please access it.
I don't see it. Where maybe you can send me the link to the G drive. Because when I log into the Splunk, no, I don't have access to
Pat, you
that.
didn't check it. Pat, you didn't check it. I think so.
I don't have the link.
I gave you the link in the first meeting. You didn't save it. Not an issue. I'm sharing again. Link.
Okay.
Copy link. Pat, please do save it
Yeah.
this time. Here is the link.
Okay.
Okay, Pat. Tomorrow, what time? Please tell me the timing.
Y- what time works for you?
5:30 p.m. IST. What is your time zone?
That's EST.
IST to EST. IST to EST.
E. Okay, yeah, EST.
IST 5:30. 5:30 p.m. IST. It's 8 a.m. in the morning for you. Will it work?
8 a.m. Okay.
Okay. Great then.
All right.
Okay, bye.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Can you stop the instances or you are going to do practical further?
If you have liked our Splunk session so far, please enroll for our channel membership $3.99 plan to get access of all the parts. Along with that, you can access our other tutorials such as Docker, Ansible, Jenkins, Terraform, Splunk, AWS, Azure, and various other DevOps related premium tutorials with our channel membership. If you would have any issues with our channel membership, you can drop an email to us at contact@devopschool.com, or you can also unsubscribe from channel membership anytime if you don't want to continue or did not like the video. To get our channel membership, click onto the join button, select the $3.99 plan and grow your skills immensely.
Please be kind enough to like it, and you can comment any of your doubts and queries. We will reply to them at the earliest.
Thanks for watching.